Ever wondered how to make the most out of your small gardening space? Well, the magic lies in a technique known as companion planting. It's like creating a little neighborhood for your plants where everyone lives together harmoniously. In this compact environment, each plant benefits the other, enhancing growth and yield while keeping pests at bay. Imagine having a garden where marigolds protect your tomatoes from nematodes, or where basil boosts the flavor of your strawberries. It's like having a super team of plants, all working together to make the most out of your small space. But the magic doesn't stop there. Companion planting also improves soil health. It's like a natural multivitamin for your garden, providing essential nutrients that help your plants thrive. So don't be disheartened by your limited space. Small gardening spaces can be magical if you know the right tricks. And one of those tricks is companion planting. So, what's the science behind companion planting? Great question. Let's delve into it. At its core, companion planting is a method of cultivation where different types of plants are grown together for mutual benefit. This process takes advantage of the natural strengths and weaknesses of each plant to create a symbiotic relationship. It's a bit like matchmaking for plants. It's fascinating how it works. Some plants, for instance, exude chemicals from their roots or leaves that can deter pests and attract beneficial insects, providing a natural shield for their neighbors. Others can improve the soil by fixing nitrogen, a crucial nutrient that many plants need to grow. This process is often used in organic farming, reducing the need for chemical fertilizers. A classic example of successful companion planting is the Three Sisters method used by Native Americans. This involves planting corn, beans, and squash together. The corn provides a natural pole for the beans to climb, the beans fix nitrogen in the soil to benefit the other plants, and the squash's large leaves shade the ground, keeping it cool and moist while deterring weeds. Another example is the pairing of tomatoes and basil. Not only do these two make a great sauce in the kitchen, but they also work well together in the garden. Basil helps repel pests like mosquitoes and aphids that could harm the tomatoes. In return, the tomatoes provide shade for the basil, protecting it from the harsh midday sun. Companion planting, however, isn't just about pest control and soil enrichment. It's also about maximizing space, especially in confined areas. By carefully selecting and pairing plants, you can make the most out of your limited space, growing more food or flowers in the same area. In essence, companion planting is about creating a mini ecosystem where each plant plays a role in supporting the others. It's a holistic approach to gardening that respects and harnesses the power of nature. And there you have it. Companion planting is nature's way of creating a balanced ecosystem, even in a confined area. Ready to start your own companion planting journey? Here's a game plan to get you started. First things first, choosing the right plants. When deciding what to grow, consider the plant's compatibility. Some plants, like tomatoes and basil, are best buddies. They not only grow well together, but also enhance each other's flavor. On the other hand, some combos like beans and onions are a big no-no. They can hinder each other's growth. So do your research. Next up, arranging your plants. This step is all about maximizing your confined space. Start with the tallest plants at the back, like sunflowers or corn. Then, layer down with medium-sized plants. And finally, low growers at the front. This method ensures all plants get their fair share of sunlight. Now, let's talk about caring for your plants. Watering, feeding, and pest control are crucial for a thriving garden. Most companion plants have similar water and nutrient needs, which makes caring for them easier. But remember, overwatering is just as harmful as underwatering, so keep an eye on soil moisture. As for feeding, compost is your best friend. It's a natural and cost-effective way to enrich your soil. But again, moderation is key. Too much compost can lead to nutrient overload. When it comes to pest control, companion planting itself is a natural deterrent. Some plants, like marigolds, naturally repel pests. Others, like dill and fennel, attract beneficial insects. So choose your companions wisely. Lastly, patience is the secret ingredient to a successful garden. Plants take time to grow and establish. Don't be discouraged if your garden doesn't look picture-perfect right away. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Remember, the key to successful companion planting is understanding your plant's needs and working with them, not against them. So embrace the trial and error, learn from your mistakes, and most importantly, have fun. After all, gardening is not just about the end result, but also the joy of nurturing life. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing your tiny garden flourish with life and color. Before you get your hands dirty, let's debunk some common myths and mistakes in companion planting. One widespread myth is that any two plants can be companions. The reality is, some plants do compete for nutrients, sunlight, and space. It's essential to research plant compatibility before pairing them. Another common misconception is that companion planting alone can protect your garden from pests. While it can deter some pests, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. You'll still need to monitor your garden for pests and diseases regularly. A common mistake is overcrowding plants thinking it will maximize yield. This can lead to competition for resources and create a haven for pests. Instead, give your plants enough space to grow and breathe. Also, don't forget to rotate crops periodically to prevent soil depletion. Armed with the right knowledge, you're now ready to transform your small garden into a thriving oasis. Companion planting in confined areas might seem like a challenge, but with these tips, you're more than ready to face it. Remember, it's all about making the most of your space and pairing plants that support each other. It's like a little neighborhood for your plants, where everyone is a friend and helps the other to grow. Think back to the science of it all. Certain plants naturally complement each other, boosting growth, improving soil health, and even warding off pests. It's like a magic trick, but it's all real. And it's all happening right in your garden. Just imagine the satisfaction of seeing your garden thrive through this method, the joy of picking your own vegetables, and the pride of knowing you've created this eco-friendly, space-saving haven. So, go ahead and give companion planting a try. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to learn more about making the most out of your garden. Happy planting!